So here's the thing no one tells you about wanting space. Sometimes when you finally get it, it swallows you whole. I'm Ava, and this is the story of how I thought I was making an empowered decision and ended up losing the only person who ever truly loved me. It started out like any other Sunday morning. We were in the kitchen, me in his hoodie, him making pancakes because he always added extra vanilla for me. And for a second, everything felt perfect. But underneath that perfect moment was this buzzing, nagging feeling I couldn't ignore anymore. I was 27. We'd been together for 4 years. And suddenly, everyone around me was doing something different. New jobs, new cities, wild dating stories. I looked at my life and started asking myself questions like, is this it? Am I really ready to settle down? How do I know this is the one if I've never been with anyone else seriously? Those questions, they were like poison, quiet at first, then louder. My best friend Lila didn't help either. She's the type who thrives in chaos. New flings every other week, spontaneous trips, wild stories that made my life feel beige in comparison. She'd say things like, "You need to live before you commit. You'll regret not seeing what else is out there." And slowly, I started believing her. Micah, my boyfriend, he was the opposite. Calm, steady, deeply loyal. He'd talk about our future like it was already written. The house, the dog, the 2 kids, the garden. And I used to love that about him. But suddenly, it started to feel like a cage. So one night after a party where I watched all these strangers flirt and connect like it was nothing, I blurted it out. "We should see other people." Micah blinked. He thought I was joking. I wasn't. He asked me why. And I told him I didn't know who I was outside of us, that I needed to explore, that I wasn't sure if I was ready for forever. I said it calmly like I'd rehearsed it, because I had in my head 1,000,000 times. But nothing could have prepared me for the look on his face. Not anger, not even sadness, just this quiet devastation, like someone had pulled the floor out from under him. He didn't yell, didn't beg. He just said, "Okay, if that's what you want." I moved out a week later into a tiny apartment with mismatched furniture and terrible lighting, but it was mine. I kept telling myself I was doing the right thing, that I was being brave, that this was growth. At first, the freedom was thrilling. I downloaded the apps, went on impulsive dates, had awkward, messy kisses with strangers who didn't know how I liked my coffee, or that I cried during Pixar movies. I thought I was experiencing life, but it didn't take long for the high to fade. No one laughed at my stupid jokes like Micah did. No one remembered the way I liked my eggs. No one made me feel seen the way he used to. Every guy started blurring into the next, and I found myself constantly comparing them to him. Their eyes, their hands, the way they talked or didn't. Worse, he wasn't reaching out. I thought he'd text, call, show up at my door. I was ready for the moment he'd come back and say he missed me, that we could start over. But it never happened. A month in, I caved and checked his Instagram, and that's when I saw her, a girl named Danny. Brown hair, soft smile, the kind of glow that said she was deeply at peace with herself. They were at a jazz night downtown. Something I'd always said was too slow. She was leaning into him like she'd known him forever. My heart sank. I still told myself it was a rebound, that he was hurting, that he'd come back once he realized she wasn't me, except he didn't. By month 3, I stopped dating. I stopped going out. I'd lie in bed at night scrolling through photos of our trips, our goofy selfies. That time we danced in the kitchen to a song only we knew. I wanted to message him so badly. I even typed out a few, "Hey, just thinking about you" texts, but I deleted everyone because I was the one who asked for this. And then, the engagement photo. I wasn't even the one who found it. Lila sent it with a casual, "Did you see this?" like it wouldn't crush me. There he was, down on one knee at the lake where we used to go every summer. And there she was, Danny, crying and smiling and holding the ring I thought would be mine. I didn't cry at first. I just stared, frozen, like someone had pressed pause on my body while my heart free fell. Then the tears came, quiet at first, then louder. I sobbed until I couldn't breathe, until I had to grip the counter to stay standing. Micah had moved on, not just moved on, built a new life. And I was still here, stuck in the space I'd carved out for myself, thinking it would lead to something better. The worst part? He looked happy. And I couldn't even be mad because I'd told him to let me go. I'd asked for space. I'd wanted to explore. But no one warns you that sometimes the door you crack open for freedom slams shut behind you. And when it does, the person you thought would always be on the other side might be gone forever. It's been 7 months now. I still live in the same apartment. My friends have stopped asking about him. They assume I've moved on. I smile and nod, but every time I pass the little bakery where we had our Sunday rituals or hear a song we used to dance to in the kitchen, I feel that hollow ache all over again. He's engaged. He's building a life. And I'm still looking for the more I thought I needed. So here's my advice. If you find someone who loves you deeply, who shows up, who listens, who grows with you, don't throw it away chasing shadows. Because sometimes seeing other people is just another way of losing the best person you'll ever know. And trust me, some mistakes echo forever.